Song of Songs 2:13. Hata'ena chanata fageha, vehagefanim smadar natenureach. Kumi lach. We'll talk about that. Rayati yafati ulchilach. Got a little hung up here because it caught my attention that looked weird. We'll talk about it. Here we go. We've got here the figs, or the fig tree. Notice sometimes we did this with apples, that I think with the singular, we're going to go with the object, the fig tree. With the plural, we might talk more about figs. So here we go, the fig tree. And then the verb here is from the root chet nun tet, which means to bring forth or to cause to ripen, It's a call perfect third feminine singular. And this is the subject, the fig tree, ripens, and then we get this word for fruit, but it's unripened fruit particularly. We have here a third feminine singular suffix referring back to the fig tree, its fruit. So the fig tree ripens its fruit. So we could say something like the fig tree ripens its unripened figs, something like that. And I think that's what Halot gave me as well. Next we get and the vines. Notice here we have plural of giffen, and the vines. And then we get this noun just kind of standing alone here, blossom. Now this is a little bit bizarre, and there are some discussions about how to adjust this. I think the BHS actually says to probably delete it altogether. But we have here the vines blossom. And I would think this is something by analogy. I don't think this is what's going on in Hebrew, but by analogy, it would be something like us saying a blossom. Not in the sense of like an indefinite item, but putting an A in front of a word to give it that verbal idea. The vines are a blossom. Just the vines blossom is what it gets. So the vines are alive is the idea, and therefore they give fragrance or odor. The verb here is a call perfect third common plural again. We have the plural subject up here. The vines a blossom, they give forth fragrance. And then we get this phrase that we've seen before, arise. There's our call imperative to FS. And then this here is a little bit interesting. This could be similar to the verb here, come, as a 2FS, but the Kare that's in the margin of BHS says to read this like the reflexive lamed, arise yourself. And I think that's probably better. We've seen that before. My beloved, we've seen that word before. And then here we get my beautiful one. And then we finally get another call imperative to FS, this time of the root halach. And this would be come yourself or come away.